right, RaVaughn, so you got the new single out, You Better Be Good with Wale. You know, we love the single, really feeling it.
Thank you.
Tell us about the creation of it.
Man, we're just out here, Jerry Wonder produced it, and I came out here to do a session with him, and he played us a track, and we loved it, and it was Better Be Good. And when Neo came to the studio, we played him 3 different tracks, and he chose that one, and we were excited. We didn't tell him, like, we weren't like, this is the one we want to do, but he chose that one. It just meshed really well together. And my album is just about women empowerment, and I think that song is like a great introductory track. It's a fly right there. A great introductory track, just because it's just talking about, you know, telling women, you know, like, tell a guy that he needs to be good to you. If we're going to give you ourselves and, you know, give you our time and all that, you gotta be good. Right.
Cool. So you had the EP out, and now, you know, how's the album progressing following that?
We're almost done. Super, super excited about it. Man, like, just about done recording. I actually had a session with J. Cole a couple of days ago, which went really dope. I have like a lot of good features. Well, not too many, but I have Neo, of course, Compound.
Right.
And then I have Marsha Ambrosius, who I work with, and she wrote a couple records on the album. And yeah, just almost done. Got the single out and just pushing. And as soon as we get enough pub out, and, you know, people are like you guys, supporters, and, you know, looking forward to the album, then we can put it out.
Cool. So, you know, on the EP, I know you had a lot of different sounds on there, like some hip-hop beats, you know, you had some traditional R&B, some progressive sounds on there. What do you think will be the sound that's most indicative of what the album's going to sound like?
Well, for the EP, we had so many great songs that I was just ready to put some music out. So we did something that kind of people can listen to and groove to, but not necessarily straight R&B. It was that, you know, like you can play it in a club, or, you know, when you get ready to party with your girls and you're ready to go out. But for the album, we definitely have that feel-good vibe, but it's that old school Mary J. We kind of tried to channel that, because I love Mary, and I just think that, you know, when you set a bar for yourself, it's really important when you go in the studio to do something. It's like, okay, set a bar, and if you could at least get to that point, then you're good, and we tried to get to that point.
Cool. You know, I remember when we first interviewed you on the phone, you were just being introduced as an artist, and you've been on this journey now. You're on the Things Like a Man soundtrack. You know, you had the EP, you were on Neo's new album. You know, what's your journey been like so far for you as an artist?
It's absolutely incredible. I have no life now. I kind of never know what my schedule is going to be. It's kind of like, oh, RaVaughn, you're going here tomorrow. But it's just been really great working with great people, working with Neo, and, like I said, Marsha Ambrosius, J. Cole, and just preparing for everything. You know, I used to sing background for Carrie Hilson and Brandy and Keisha Cole. So it's been a long journey, not just from what you guys know, but just from me, you know, building and, you know, singing background and doing records for other people, and, you know, singing on Glee and all that kind of stuff. So
I remember, I mean, I was reading that you originally built a fan base by, you know, referencing on demos and people kind of hearing those, you know, for other artists.
Yeah.
You know, what attracted the fans to you, do you think, when you did those songs?
I don't know. A lot of people tell me that I have a very distinct voice. And I mean, you can hear right now, I kind of sound like a man. I have a little deep voice in my speaking voice. But the songs that actually ended up on the internet were songs that were leaked that I did for Carrie Hilson and Kelly Clarkson and Michelle Williams, Brandy. They got leaked somehow, and they just started spreading. And I know my cousin was just like, he saw somebody say that it was Carrie Hilson on one of the records, and he was like, he went in and was like, this is not Carrie Hilson, this is RaVaughn, you know, saying all that, but not as my cousin. And then it just kind of started spreading, and people were able to recognize my voice. So I would read some of the comments, and it would be like, this is not whoever, this is RaVaughn. And then it just kind of spread around, and people started, you know, getting used to my voice. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
And I know that's, you know, recording demos and being part of those songs and then getting exposed like that is not the route a lot of artists go. You know, they kind of do their own thing and, you know, make their own songs, but that's how you got exposure. You know, was it always your goal to be a solo artist, or were you just kind of doing that on the side? Like,
well, I wanted to be an artist since I can remember. When I heard The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that's when I was like, this is what I want to do. I started off acting and dancing first, and then when I heard that record, it was like, this is what I want to do. But it's just always been a dream of mine, and I was in a couple groups before, and then I kind of got content with making good money and singing background, and I was able to do what I loved and travel, and then it was just like a chance meeting. I believe in destiny, and I believe that, you know, where I ended up where I was supposed to be. You know, whatever the path was, it was supposed to happen. And I learned so much, you know, singing background and traveling and doing all that with other people. And now I know how I want to treat my team and how I want the people around me to feel. And I learned what to do and what not to do. And yeah, it's just me getting called to do a demo that I didn't know who the writer was going to be.
Right.
And E-Man, the producer of one of the records on my album, he called me in to do this demo, and he's like, can you please come do this demo, please? And I was like, oh, I'm really tired. I just left a Glee session. And he's like, it'll be really fast, an hour and a half tops. So I'm like, okay, I'll go. I go, and it was Neo.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine had I not gone, you know, it would have been crazy. Like, I wouldn't be here right now.
Right.
So I think that, I think everything happens for a reason, and I learned so much building up to where I am now. So.
Cool. And then just finally, you know, as an upcoming artist, what would you say is the biggest challenge? Because a lot of people see all the glitz and glamour of being in the spotlight as an artist, but you know, what's the grind you go through on a daily basis behind the scenes making it?
Man, I think for me, I know everybody has every different, you know, there are different challenges, but for me, my biggest challenge is not being able to be with my family all the time. I'm a super family girl. Like, I like to hang out with my family. I have two siblings. I have a brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister. Right. And we're really close. My brother actually goes to Cornell, and my sister goes to USC, so we're really close. And now us being spread out, and my brother's in New York, and I'm always traveling, my sister's in LA, it's just like, you know, my mom and my dad, and just my family in general, it's just, that's the biggest challenge. I never know where I'm gonna be, and it's like, you know, I might miss a family function or a birthday or a holiday, but I have to remember, you know, this is what I wanted to do, and this is the career that I chose, and what I wanted to do, you know, my whole life. So if I can touch people and I have to, you know, sacrifice not being able to be with my family all the time, then I want to do that.
Cool. So that's all we got for you. Anything you'd like to add?
No, just follow me on Twitter and Instagram. They're both the same. ITSRAVAUGHN. It's RaVaughn. And just thank you guys so much. Like, I see you guys tweeting me my songs and everything, so I really appreciate it. You know I got soul.